Hey friend, this is episode number 548 of the And So podcast with Taylor Bradford. Let's get to it. Boss Girl Creative presents And So with Taylor Bradford, business and life musings from a successful serial entrepreneur. Each week, you will hear Taylor spill the tea on all things business, life, relationships, health, and everything in between. But don't worry, each week also includes a business nugget that will help you stay on course. And now a throwback to 3-year-old Taylor who inspired all of this.
And so.
Ever find yourself rewriting the same sales page again? Or second-guessing a post you already spent 2 hours on? The Clarity Code is a printable deck of 30 reflection prompts made for the exact moment when your brain starts to spiral. One question, one pause, one moment of truth. Download the deck at bossgirlcreative.com/reflection, and it might save you a whole launch spiral. Hello, welcome to episode 548. I am your host, Taylor Bradford. Thank you so much for being here. We will be diving into some recent interactions that I've had in a couple of Facebook groups regarding your actual product, not yours, but these other people's. And so I'm going to talk about why it is so important to know what you're selling and to be so incredibly crystal clear about what you're selling and to be able to define it in a way that when your audience reads your sales page or the first part of like the title or the hook of your sales page, they're like, oh my gosh, that's me. Why is she talking about me? How did she know? And you've already hooked them before you lead into your actual sales page. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Before we get into that, let's talk about what's going on in my world. First of all, there is a lot of drama going on in my extended family. It is crazy pants. Crazy pants. We're going to leave it at that. I literally today, I had so much adrenaline running through my body over something I have no control over and was not happening to me. It was happening to one of my family members. And I was like, where's the fireball? No, I'm just kidding. But I had multiple instances where I was in fight or flight mode just because someone else was experiencing something that I don't want anybody to experience in life. So fun times in my world. So our roof on our house, our barn-dominium hanger house build, is 50% complete, which is exciting. It looks so good. And I now need to meet with my framer to go over some of the things that I now know that I need him to do that I don't believe is currently in my lumber, like takeoff sheet. And we need to get that adjusted. And also need for him to know, hey, I need you to do these things. And then we were able to dig the hole, the large hole for our 1,000-gallon propane tank. So that is now officially in the ground and ready for that guy to come back up once, I guess, the rest of our house is built. I don't know how they do that, but they tie it into the house. So we're waiting on him to do that, but I don't believe we are at that step. So that's TBD. So that is the house. I was able to get on Sunday this past weekend, all of the zinnias, actually 3/4 of the zinnias pulled out of the garden. I still have quite a bit of things to pull out. I can't just till it all in because there's too much seed that my plants are holding, and I don't need random plants popping up into my garden next year. So I got all the zinnias out, and they took me several hours because I used a netting to keep them in order, and they get really tall. Zinnias were about 5 feet tall, which is wild how tall they get. And getting them out of that netting and out of the ground took me forever for just one row of zinnias. Now, granted, the one row was 70 feet long, but wow, it took me a long time. The rest of it will go fairly quickly. My tomatoes are all staked, so I have to get their rebar stakes out and the clips that I use to hold them to the stake. So that will take some time, but the rest of it is ready to just be yanked out. And then next month, late next month, I will till it all under, bring in some more cow compost, get that tilled back in, and start prepping the rows for spring planting, which is crazy because I'll be starting seeds in like 45 days-ish, 45, 30, no, probably 60 days. I'll be starting seeds. That's wild. Absolutely wild. Okay, I finished Inferno by Dan Brown, and that was Robert Langdon, book number 4. 5 stars. I really enjoyed that one. I also reread The Recovery Agent by Jana Ivanovic. I read it when it first came out, 5 stars, but she just came out with book 2, but it's been like 3 years since she came out with book 1. So I reread book 1 so that I'm ready for book 2 and remember book 1's story. And again, 5 stars. It's the Gabriella Rose series. And so those were the 2 books I finished between last week and this week. And let's now get into Search Bar Confessions. So I've been watching Home Alone a lot. Those are my 2, number 1 and number 2. Those are my 2 go-to movies at Christmas time. I absolutely love both of them. And so I had to know, are there things that I don't know about Home Alone? And yeah, I learned some things I didn't know. I also Googled again for the second time because I showed one of my friends how to do this. At nighttime, you can turn a setting on your phone. If you have an iPhone, you can turn a setting to turn a red light on your screen, which will help with what blue light does to you at nighttime. So you can actually turn a red light on your phone screen that will help you wind down. So if you have an iPhone, here are your instructions. Now you can, when you get it to be red and you screenshot it, it's not going to screenshot the red because it's literally just a tint on the light of your phone. So it's not going to affect any screenshots that you do or any photos you take, etc. But here are your instructions. Go to Settings, go to Accessibility, go to Display and Text Size, then go to Color Filters and turn it on, then scroll down and go to Color Tint, and then slide the hue and the intensity all the way to the right to get a full red light going. So that's how you can do it. And then once you slide it over into this red area, the hue and the intensity, all you have to do is turn the color tint or the color filter off, and it'll go back to normal. But you'll have to remember to go Accessibility, Display and Text Size, Color Filters on to get it back. So there you go. I also Googled diagonal cabinet drawer dividers. They like slot sideways, and I'm looking for somebody that knows how to do that. You can slide your pots and your pans and your lids sideways in a drawer, which makes things stay organized, etc. So I've been trying to figure out what all do I want to include in my kitchen for storage purposes. And then I Googled Tim Curry, another Home Alone number 2 cast member. I had no clue he had a stroke, and it left him in a wheelchair. And he was best known for, oh my gosh. Oh, I can see it. Anyways, Google Tim Curry. He is best known for another role, and right now I cannot think of the name of the movie that is still shown many years later. I think they said it's the most watched movie in a theater of all time because they continue to play it. Why can I not think of it? Anyways, Tim Curry. And then, will there be any more Mission Impossible movies? I watched back to back the last 2 because it was really a big cliffhanger, the second to last one. And then you had to wait a while before you could see part 2 of Mission Impossible, the last 2. And so I watched them back to back so I could get the whole picture again for the second time. Yeah, so that wraps up this week's Search Bar Confessions. And now let's dive into the business nugget for the week, which is related to making a viral product and what I am seeing out in the world. So I'm in several Facebook groups, and a couple of people lately have been trying to dial in their product, and so they're asking for feedback on their checkout page. And I want to start out by saying these were the two people recently that I've responded to. The first one was, know exactly what's holding your website back and what to fix to convert more customers. And the second one was the Ultimate Skin Solution Smoothie Blueprint. Now, both of those are so incredibly vague. So incredibly vague. Know exactly what's holding your website back and what to fix to convert more customers. That is so overwhelming to someone that doesn't know how to fix it. A stronger headline would be, fix this thing and convert X amount of traffic. Or do these 3 things to attract more traffic. Being very specific about what you can fix and then what your result is. And then the same thing, the Ultimate Skin Solution Smoothie Blueprint. Say that 5 times fast. What are you solving? People that have skin issues are not Googling skin solutions. They are Googling acne solutions, perioral dermatitis solutions, oily face solutions. That is what they're Googling. They're not Googling skin solutions. They want to know how to fix their problem. And so I provided feedback to both of these. And the first person, I know she was open to the feedback based on her responses back to everyone giving her feedback. The second one wasn't. The second one wasn't open to hearing that that is not going to work. That is not going to sell very many items. Because you're too broad. You're not specific enough. To make a viral product, it has to be frictionless. It has to be a no-brainer. I have to feel like I know exactly what I'm going to get, how quickly I'm going to get it, and what it's going to do for me. What are you going to do for me if I buy your product? So ask yourself, does your offer solve a real problem, and can you quantify the results? Both of these products definitely solve a real problem, and they can quantify the results, but they're too vague to attract the people looking for the solution. People will not buy if they don't understand the value. If you give them friction, they will walk away. You've got to have a super clear end result. If the girl on the smoothies focused on acne, which is one of the biggest probably skin care issues that most people face at some point in their life, if she focused on acne, she can also say, hey, this will also help you with these other skin issues, but focus on acne. Help people with acne, or help people with aging, or help people with wrinkles. Figure it out, but pick one. Don't pick all. When you speak to everybody, you don't speak to anyone. Like Marie Forleo says that over and over and over, and it's true. If you speak to everybody, you're not speaking to anybody. So, do you provide a super clear end result? When you go get your nails done, or you go get a haircut, you know exactly what the end result is going to be. You have to be that clear with your product. So do people understand the value they're getting and exactly what they're getting in your offer? Like, do they know they're going to get X amount of one-on-ones or a group program or 10 worksheets or whatever you might be including? Do they actually know they're going to get those things? What I don't want you to do is try to focus on fixing too many problems at once, which both of those ladies were trying to do. I don't want you to try to target everybody. Again, Marie Forleo. You target everybody, you target nobody. You've got to be specific. I don't want you to try to promote too many offers. Back to the skin one. Like, if you are able to provide a solution to every skincare issue, you're not able to speak solely to the person looking for your product. So don't try to promote too many offers. And don't be vague about what's included. Going back to not trying to promote too many offers, again, focus on the 5 ones. One product. Now, in your funnel, you can have upsells, downsells, order bumps for sure, but you're not actively marketing those things. You are actively marketing the one product. And then once they're in your funnel, you can sell them other things. But don't try to promote too many offers. So, real simple. Be clear, be simple, keep it simple, and keep it straight to the point. That is what helps something go viral. So remember, keep it simple. Even the name, keep it simple. Make sure it solves a specific problem. The actual concept of what you're selling has to be figure outable. People have to know, okay, if I do those 3 things, I'm going to get XYZ. They have to be able to get what it is that you're selling. And it needs to be something that a lot of people struggle with. Going back to website, most people struggle with SEO. They don't truly understand SEO, but teach them 3 things that's going to help them get more traffic that is actually focused on SEO. You don't have to use the word SEO. Most people don't know what that is, but most people understand getting more eyeballs on their thing, on their content, on their offer is going to ultimately help them get more sales. So teach them how to get more traffic, which happens to be bettering their SEO. It truly is this simple to create a viral product. You just need to not overthink it. You don't have to solve all of the world's problems. You don't have to try to cast a wide net. If there is an existing problem for people, and you can go to Google search and figure that out, or you can use Moz to help you understand search volume, or even Neil Patel's program, you can find places, even use ChatGPT to say, hey, what's the search volume of this? And the robot will tell you. Do your homework, do your research, figure out, is this a product that people will buy because it's already an existing problem for people? I mean, go look on Amazon and see what kind of products are selling for the thing that you're trying to teach. What are people buying? Go look at the reviews of those products and see where their pain points are. Maybe the product is missing something. Go try to reap that and get it into your product. It really, truly is that simple. But, and I'm going to say this with love, if you are in the middle of a content spiral, a launch wobble, or an identity crisis about your offer, stop and send me your question. That is why I built the Clarity Shot. It gives you one clear, compassionate voice memo reply from me with a direction you can trust. Less noise, more steps. Go to bossgirlcreative.com/shot and let me help you move forward today. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Let's go.
And like my 3-year-old self said, that is all for this week. Friendly reminder to rate and review my show wherever you are listening. And last but not least, I'd love to hear from you. Leave me an audio message at bossgirlcreative.com/speak. I would love to hear your takeaways, ideas for upcoming episode topics, and your feedback. Thank you again for listening to this week's episode. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of this one.